All right, day 2 of Cletus and Cars Indy. And after the Indy 800 last night, which wasn't our best showing, I'll admit that. But, you know, unfortunately, if the car's gonna overheat, the car's gonna overheat. And maybe I've edited that video by now. I don't know. My drag racing videos edit way faster than the racing videos. So I'm not sure which video is gonna come out first. Either I just dropped a spoiler for the Indy 800 video, or you guys already know about it because you watched the live stream. So we're headed to the racetrack. We're gonna go run SoccerMom today, and she's got some problems, which we'll have to talk to you about when we get to the track. Not what we thought we were gonna be doing with the car today, but we're gonna make the best of it, and we're gonna go fast. So let's get to the track and show you guys what's up. All right, so like I mentioned a minute ago, when we went to load this thing up, we put water in it for the first time after the sick week situation, and didn't realize that I don't know if you guys can see that crack right there, and right, you know, that right there. And if you didn't know, you're not supposed to have a hole in your radiator. So what I ended up doing, and we needed to kind of do this anyway, instead of having the fuel switch during pass, because the pump gas kind of browns the plugs up. Even if they're tuned really right, they're still they're going to kind of soot the plugs up a little bit. So what I've done today is I've switched it to where it is 100% on methanol. That takes a little bit of retuning when your fuel table is split for the two different kinds of fuels, and now instead of it flopping injectors, it's 100% on the APHIS injectors. I tell you, it's pretty awesome to have such a huge injector that will still idle this relatively small engine. So this engine is 388 cubic inches. It's from Texas Speed, LS base deal, and we've got a 600 pound/hour injector in it per cylinder, and it'll still crank up and idle. I've already got it warmed up, so we actually need to do a two-step check. So let's see what it does on straight alcohol. So in the Holly, I've had to go through and tune the, you know, change it around to where it cranks on the big injectors, change all the little stuff to make it happy on the big injectors, and let's see what happens. Not too bad, not too bad. So if you see in the upper left corner, obviously that's pretty rich compared to what it normally does on pump gas. That's the alcohol scale, and typically we idle it around 6 on the alcohol scale when it's on pump gas. Yes, you can do that. Yes, it works. So let's see what happens when we bring her up on the two-step. Lazy there in the middle, probably a little too much fuel. So I will look at the data log and see if I can tune some of that out of there. All right, let's try this again. Cleaned her out a little bit where she first starts to spool up. Way better. All right, let's take this thing to the starting line. All right, so we drove all the way up here from Florida, and we're gonna run James first round.
Yeah, unlucky draw or lucky draw. It's
yeah, one of the two. So,
luck of some sort.
So I hear you got a new transmission.
I only have one lever.
Turbo 400. I didn't even know that happened.
A lockup deal too.
Oh dang.
Yeah, Mark Mickey rig.
Gotcha. Well, this is my first time. I've floored it since sick week. And I backed her down a little bit, not expecting to run James first round. I was supposed to get here early enough to get a test run, but somebody slept in because they were up late last night editing. That'd be me. But we're gonna go have some fun and put on a show for everybody, and whoever makes it back, makes it back. All right, dude, be safe.
Hey, you too, man. Good luck. I'm gonna go left.
SoccerMom versus McFlurry, rematch of the finals last year. SoccerMom ain't 100%, but we're gonna figure it out.
Say what?
Second pass ever on the 400 and it goes down.
It looked good from where I was sitting.
Yeah. Did you spin?
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
I so we left kind of together and then I didn't see. I was like, oh, he probably spun.
Yeah, it rattled.
Track's tricky. It's like really tight for 60 feet and then from like 80 foot to 120, it's bald. It's very weird.
Well, that's right where I spun.
Yeah.
And it kind of rattled and I ripped it real quick and it kept on down through there, and I'll have to see what the slip is. I mean, I stepped off at like 1100 just to get a plug read. So
one of those running out of real estate, can't catch them.
Well, and I was supposed to only go to the 8th mile on my first hit today, but I didn't make it here for my first hit today. So
1100 foot, same thing, right?
Yeah, you know. So anyways, well, hopefully you make the finals again this year.
I was hoping we'd race in the finals again.
Yeah.
But I guess, you know, first rounds.
Well, I was technically gonna be DQ'd anyway because I can't drive back. I could drive back, but I really want to get a good plug read.
Really don't want to.
Yeah.
For the sake of parts.
Being responsible tuner. And I haven't been that lately, so we're gonna try and do that today.
That's the thing, when you tune what you drive, you're your worst enemy, you know? Your tuner's telling you lift and you're just in there holding it, but you're the same person.
It's always my fault, so.
No one to blame.
There comes my pushback right there. So, well, you were gonna win anyway, you just didn't know that until we tried to make a good show, but anyways, so.
Hey, just gave the people what they wanted.
There we go. Maybe if you go out before the finals, we'll line up again or something.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. All right, well, we're gonna go look at some data. Eddie's gonna push me back. We'll look at some plugs. And now we've got no pressure on making any more runs today and getting this thing turned around. So, there comes my ride.
8-second cars don't get pusher carts.
It was only 8.
It was 8:30.
8:30?
Yeah.
What was James?
Like 768.
768. Not bad.
Boy, you gonna take that?
It's fun. You didn't see it spin?
I did. It's your job to make it not do that.
Well, I didn't get a test hit, so.
Let you off. I mean, if it was me, it wouldn't have spun, but I mean,
well, 14-second cars don't spin.
You're right. You're right.
All right, we're gonna head back. All right, tail of the slip. My 066 light, James 043. I went 131, 370, 548, and 138. And that's definitely off for SoccerMom. 831 at 166, stepping off early. James' first full pass in McFlurry with a turbo 400. 768, 185.2, pretty good lick. So we're gonna go read some plugs, look at some data, hang out with some people, sell some merch, sign some autographs, and maybe load it up and make another run here in a little bit. I tell you, it's hot. I thought it got hot in Florida, but it's hot up here. And Actually, I'm gonna drink some water too. That'd be a good thing to do. But we'll get another run here in just a little bit. See if we can go a little faster, but may not be too much available with the track the way it is. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, so my plan was to sneak up after one of the rounds of the streetcar shootout, get another test pass, get pulled back, read the plugs again. I put a fresh set of plugs in her, and I took too long, and the event is almost over. All they have left is the finals to run here. McFlurry took a hit to the radiator from something on track. Maybe a little critter ran by and got a hole in the radiator. But I'm gonna try and sneak in line behind the alcohol cars and see if they let me run. She doesn't look like a funny car. She doesn't look like a top alcohol dragster, but maybe I can sneak through. We're gonna try. If not, we're gonna load up and we're gonna head back home because we got a long drive to get home. So yeah, here we go. Let's see what happens.
When at 882 at 159.
Well, obviously that wasn't what we were looking for, but I stayed in it long enough. It should give me a decent plug read compared to what the tune-up we had last round. That was another brand new set of plugs. So that's what it takes to tune these things better. I haven't been responsible with it before, so hopefully today's couple of runs we've at least learned something. We'll go to another track down in Florida and see if we can do a little bit more learning. We need to put some real effort into SoccerMom instead of just taking her out and running her all the time. But yeah, we'll get the time slip, maybe go look at some data, and then we're gonna pack up and roll back to Florida. All right, well, I had to switch cameras because my main camera went dead there. But we got the slip, and that was pretty terrible. 162 to 60 foot. Blah. Good light though, 046 on the tree. And I was in really shallow. The rest of the run, pretty much junk though. 882, 159.7. I think I ran it to about 1,200 feet. You can probably look at the video and see about where I lifted. But I was trying to get a long enough run to get a good plug read. And I had Eddie bring me a set of spark plugs so that I could take the ones out that we made the pass with. And they look pretty good at first glance, but I can definitely see number 6 got a little warmer than some of the other ones. And number 8 is what we heard on the last day of sick week, and it's running really cold now. So I've added like 5% of fuel to it, and they all look pretty good. But what we're gonna do is we'll head back to Gainesville, and now I'll get Will and Kimber to come over to the shop, or we'll go over to Will's house, or we'll go to Kimber's shop, and we'll look at the data. We'll look at the spark plugs between the 2 different runs and the changes that I made, and then come up with a game plan on moving farther forward with the tune-up and going out and going faster. So it's kind of peaceful down here on the big end. You know, Indianapolis Raceway Park, home of the US Nationals, one of the biggest drag racing events ever. We're gonna drive back, go get loaded up, and head back to Florida. Let's head back up there, and I might video something, show all you people in the stands, because it's pretty freaking awesome that all you people come out here and watch us at these events. You know, I'm just some guy from Florida who made a connection with Cletus all those years ago, and now I'm here. And then there's a little bit of something else I gotta show you that is a huge deal for me. Some print magazine that I ended up in. So I'll show you guys that in another video. But for now, let's gonna wrap up this video. No, let's go show you all the crowd that's here in case you guys didn't make it to Indy. Let's make sure she still runs. I did, the plugs that are in it now are some old used plugs, so hopefully she's on all 8. All right. Better than how we ended up last year. Why is number 4 red? Oh, it's cold. Oh, there she is. It's like number 4 might be a little cold at light throttle, but... So this is still on alcohol 100% of the time. Probably still have some part throttle tuning to do, but we'll be all right.